Hi guys, my name's Seb Tudor, I'm the man on the Silver Mountain, and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the last part of the DVEI model for kind of relationship and intimacy health. And ultimately this one is immersion, and it's very much about living in the moment with those that make those moments worth living, is kind of the overall sentiment around immersion being part of this. But then this is replacing C in the disc thing, and that's task focus, and it's very much more focused on the process and stuff like that. Seb, it's why are we talking about this? One seems really cold, and this seems really kind of soft and floaty and connected, and it's like, well, hold on. One is about the process. C in the disc model is about the process. This is immersion. This is taking moment to moment. This is the process of living and what's making it worthwhile for you. Yeah? It's about the situation. As said, this and dominance are situational. They're about the course. They're about the place. Emotion and variety, they're about the person. They're about the person that you're either doing things with or connecting with. Immersion is about the moment, is about the situation and purely the situation. Yeah? And so, if you're constantly held hostage by insecurities and worries, then there's a good chance that you won't ever achieve the full potential in immersion, and like accepting and living in the moment with those individuals, that you've chosen to be with, just because you're going to be continually distracted by all of those upsets. And the thing is, insecurities and worries, they have their place. But once you're in a relationship, you need to try and do as with the emotion side of things, as that's what insecurities are. Insecurities and worries, they're just expressions of fear and anger and upset in terms of emotion. Those need to be dealt with as part of emotion, what we were talking about before, where you go, okay, I'm going to deal with it in my way, they're going to deal with it in their way, and then we need to remove the confusion, have the conversation, get rid of the negative, appreciate the positive, maintain the positive. You can't, if you've done that, then the insecurities won't be there and the immersion will be easier. Yeah? And so the thing to watch out for is internal monologues. When you are talking to yourself in your head, when you've got that little voice whispering to you, even if it's not actually verbalizing, but it's something that's in your mind. Granted, sometimes it can be helpful, sometimes it can be a big warning, because obviously fear and so on are warning mechanisms, they're survival mechanisms. But most of the time, especially in a relationship, it will be a hindrance, because that internal monologue is purely going to be a manifestation of the insecurities that you have tried to deal with before. Yeah? So there's one simple thing that comes out of this, and that is living in the moment, trying to put those things aside, and smile, enjoy the little things, and develop those memories. As said, this feeds right the way across back into variety, on the opposite side from it. The variety is going to allow you to connect and generate those actions and those memories as a kind of fertilizer for growing your relationship. The emotion side of things is going to help you work your way out of the insecurities, and the dominance is going to give you direction. All those other things are going to help you just enjoy this bit. All you need to do is relax and go with it. Yeah? Because if you've made the decisions, if you've got the good positive memories, if you've removed the negative emotions and you're focusing on the positive, and then this is allowing you that situation, that appreciation of that situation with that other person, then you've got, there's nothing else that's going to stop you from just continuing to develop that. Yeah? Because then, as a result of being immersed in this, it's going to help you remember all of those little things, all of those special little things, feeding back into the memories from the variety, reinforcing the positive emotions from emotion, and securing that direction as you continue to follow through on these actions in the way that you have said that you would before. Yeah? And so this is possibly kind of like the pin of this, holding the rest of it in place, but also it requires all of the other things to be in place in balance to keep this running healthily and well. So on your bar chart, if you've got a low immersion, chances are you've not had many moments to really just sit down and invest with that person, or your emotions are still running wild and your insecurities are still holding you back, and you've not had the option to just relax with that person in any setting. I'm not saying relaxing sitting on a couch. I'm saying, you could be skydiving, but it could be that special moment that you're living through with that person because it was that thing that you guys set out to do, and that's what it is, But it's either you're hugely insecure and you're not dealing with those emotions in a constructive way, and as a result it's not it's not leading to this, not allowing you this, or it's you've not had much of a choice. You've not had many opportunities to really develop the immersion score on your bar, as it were. Mid-range, then I would say that again you're probably in good company with a huge number of people, simply because trying to enjoy those little things, trying to remember them, trying to do all these things whilst living a very busy life that takes you away and fills you with so many other insecurities and worries outside of your relationship, it's probably going to wear you down on this a little bit, unless you're one of these people that is literally coming home and finding solace in those small moments with your significant other, which I'd like to think there are many people out there like that. You're probably going to come home filled with the insecurities and worries from the world, from work, from whatever. You're going to come home and those are going to pollute your mind whilst you're still trying to relax and enjoy time with who you've chosen to be with. It's a tough thing to try and overcome, to try and compartmentalize in that way, to allow you the greater allowance of kind of immersive potential in your relationship, but it's worth doing. And then obviously if you're up at the top, then you're one of these people that probably when you've chosen everything else is probably in balance, and you are acting on this and enjoying all of those moments and focusing on the remembering of them and the enjoyment of them as you continue. That's very, very important stuff, because obviously without being immersed, without having those moments, without being able to just sit and enjoy them and let them happen as you've developed them through the other 3 areas of the model, then there's a good chance that this is where things are going to start breaking down, because this is then going to negatively feed back into the memories of variety. You won't have them. You won't be acting directly for dominance and control of the situation. There won't be any real direction because there won't be any movement. And then in terms of emotion is slowly going to die away, because all of the insecurities that you have, these manifestations of fear and doubt and upset, they're going to start creeping in on the positive. Think about it being damp in a building that's slowly having the cement crumble and give way and collapse. It's that kind of thing. But anyway, tell me guys, what do you guys think? Especially in regards to immersion, this is probably one of the most nebulous parts of this model, because it is literally just a case of taking in the moment, enjoying it, remembering it, and letting it feed back into the other parts of the model and let them feed into it in the first place, just to keep that cycle of good times going. Do you guys feel, those of you that are in relationships, that you've achieved this? Do you feel like you're on your way to? Do you feel like this is maybe really hard to do in the modern world? Again, something that I've heard, and something that I actually really sympathise with, because sometimes when you've got a lot on your mind, no matter how much you want to live in the moment and enjoy that with someone, it's going to be hard unless you've got a way, unless you've got an understanding of how you can get rid of those insecurities and worries, which sometimes are really, really hard to deal with. But anyway, if you guys have found this interesting so far, then please drop me a like. As said, I'm thinking I will go and do a video on this with Hannah, whereby we can go through what we think and how we feel, so that you guys have a good example. But until then, because I don't know when I'll be able to do that, until then, you guys have a great day, and please subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care.